Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Casting for Two, episode number 196. Welcome. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day and a wonderful week and a wonderful month and a wonderful year. Blah, blah. I'm so excited for today's guest. I'm also excited to say that Comic Bento was a sponsor of the podcast, and then they went away. Now they're back, and even easier to use. Comic Bento is a great way to get monthly graphic novels delivered to you, and it's just one flat rate. And then shipping and handling. But I'm excited to say that if you would like to sign up for it, if you use the code casting2, the number 2, you actually get $5 off. So I'm saving you money, and you're welcome. So go sign up at comicbento.com. Use the promo code casting2. Once again, that's casting and the number 2. And I was excited to see that. I'm a big boy. Also, check out my other podcast, Sunday Brunch, with Tipsy Writer's own Megan Johnson. So do that. Okay, so I need to talk about my guest, Mr. Niko Pepaj, who is from the show Daytime Divas, which is on VH1 every Mondays at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. And I had a blast chatting with this gentleman. I think he's a really cool guy with some great stories, great attitude, just a positive guy. And you know, I could keep going on, but I think Niko should do the talking for himself. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to get into this episode. So sit back, relax, and Chris, cue the music, please. Hey, Niko.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing well, and yourself?
Fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, it's I'm always happy to talk with actors because I genuinely like actors. So that always
That's
helps.
a good thing.
You know.
Yes, it does.
So this is a pretty loose show where we can talk about anything we'd like, really.
Cool.
One of the things that I like to ask individuals is when they found when they caught the bug. In your case, when did you catch the acting bug? When did you know it was something you wanted to do?
Well, I was modeling in Los Angeles when I was 18. I started modeling, and I was signed to a commercial side to the modeling department, and they sent me out an audition for Power Rangers.
Oh.
And so that was my first theatrical audition I've ever been to. You know, I went to acting school for 2 months at that point, and I started auditioning for the Green Ranger, and then they liked me, and then they brought me in for the Blue Ranger, and then I ended up reading for the Red Ranger, and I ended up booking it.
Nice.
So just that whole system, I just fell in love with that whole system, and I ended up not doing the job because it was in New Zealand, and at that time, I ended up getting a manager, and we just didn't feel like it was a good deal overall, but that's when I first caught the bug, and I just loved expressing myself in the room and being free, and I wanted to continue doing that. So
nice. And so, how did you get into modeling?
My sister, she's always been the one to guide me my whole life and always put me in things. And she came out here. She left Michigan because I grew up in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
And she moved out here when she was 18. And I was 13 at the time, and we ended up moving to San Diego for high school about a year after she moved to Los Angeles. And she just always wanted to put me in there. You know what I mean? She always wanted somebody to, keep her company and be by her side as well, and just be like a power sibling duo.
Right.
That was always her dream. So, she got me into it.
Nice, nice. That's always nice when, as a family, or especially siblings, when you guys share something in common.
Oh, absolutely. It's the reward is amazing, and just know that we came from such a small town in a third world country, and just to make it out here, and it's such a blessing.
Oh, well, where was your family from?
Albania. I was born in Skopje, Albania.
Gotcha.
So,
okay,
yes.
Okay. And when did you come over here?
In '97, I moved to Detroit. My family migrated from Albania in 1997 to Detroit, Michigan, and that was like heaven at that time from leaving my country. So until I moved to San Diego, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, there's a lot in America. There's a lot more to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've never been to Detroit. I have friends that live over there, but all I can say is, all I know is RoboCop's from there, so that's it. That's all I know. That's all I know.
That's it. Well, they have great food. They have great food in Hamtramck. It's a little dangerous, but
yeah,
I guess it's worth it.
And then I've since Detroit is what it is. There's so many movies shooting there because the tax breaks are so cheap. But it just visually it looks like an interesting town because you have all these homes that are abandoned. And it's just it looks. I think Ryan Gosling did a movie in Detroit, and it just looks nice on film, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, it has that grittiness to it. Clint Eastwood, he loves filming out there, and it just has a lot of character to it. A lot of the cities that have been abandoned, a lot of people from different cultures and different, they just bounce around and stuff like that. Like you just see, just so much history. You know what I mean? And it's so unfortunate with all the abandoned houses and all the burned buildings, but it just brings out it's a character. It's almost like in what was that show? Oh my God, Breaking Bad. How New Mexico is kind of a character as itself in the show. Detroit has that. It's definitely it's beautiful. It's beautiful imagery.
Yeah, and so when you're a model. I assume you gotta, eat and work out like a model.
A lot of people assume that, but fortunately for my genes that my father has blessed me with, it's very easy, man. I'm one of those. I'm one of those people that
everyone hates you now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say.
No, it's all good. I have a friend who's the same way. He can eat and eat, and he looks just
the metabolism, man. And I eat a lot of fruits. Naturally, growing up, my father was a chef, so I when I do eat, well, very well, and good food, and no process. But I eat a lot of fat burning foods and vegetables, and I snack on a lot of fruits. So that's the best way for you to get your sugar and your carbs. Nice. So I mean, probably in deep down in my roots, I probably do take care of myself and eat really well, but I just I don't really put too much time. I just naturally do it just because it's been engraved throughout the years,
Yeah, no, definitely. But I gotta ask you, I know you eat healthy and stuff like it, but let's talk about junk food. What is your cheat day?
My cheat day? Oh man, I love going to San Diego. I drive to San Diego just to go to Extraordinary Desserts. It's this place that has a ridiculous amount of amazing desserts, and I go there with my friends, and we just order up a storm. White chocolate ice cream with this bun that's caramelized with brown sugar and has Nutella in it, and an espresso afterwards, and we just go at it, and pasta before that, obviously.
Right.
Nice big pasta.
and all that with the chocolate and all that. Why not? Who cares?
Oh, absolutely. That's the dessert right afterwards.
And I'm curious. I like asking people how much sleep they get, because you seem like you're a busy guy. You're eating all your fruits and veggies and stuff like that. But in acting, how much sleep are you getting a night?
I for some reason I can't sleep more than 9 hours, no matter what time I go to bed. So 9 hours is like my max. I wake up, without an alarm clock or anything. So it's 9 hours. I think is crucial at least to have. You know what I mean? I try. I sometimes take naps during the day if I'm overworked or anything like that. You know what I mean? I have a very early morning, but napping is good in my culture in Italy and all that stuff. Everybody naps. It's mandatory.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's if you're able to, I feel like it's a good way to keep yourself energized at all times throughout the day and night to get things done.
Nice. And so you've worked on a bunch of projects, really like good solid projects. We should talk about Daytime Divas. What was the process like of getting this show?
Well, I was in Canada. I was filming in Canada a movie that's coming out actually June 14th. But the showrunners of Awkward, Mike and Chris, they sent me an email saying that they're showrunning a new show for VH1, and they have this character in mind, or they had me in mind for this character because they've seen me as Sergio on Awkward, and they loved how I pretty much I kind of like put the girl in check, my girlfriend, because she was like, the mean one of the bunch. And in this show, I would play, opposite of Tashina Arnold, which is, she's a fiery woman on the show, and they just loved my character, and they wanted to offer it to me, but they're like, just put yourself on tape so that way we can show the network and really push for you. And I put myself on self-tape once, and the rest is history pretty much. So.
Nice.
It was very easy. It was easier than the usual, trust me.
And it is always nice because, I mean, like you said, working on Awkward, they know what you're capable of. So it's just, what?
Yeah.
Let's do something with this guy.
Absolutely. And before that, I mean, I auditioned for Awkward for 2 years, for so many different roles, and eventually, the right one landed. And, as an actor, I can't preach enough for when people go into rooms, I don't pray for that project. Don't depend on that project. I pray for longevity. I want longevity. The right role will come and you will be able to shine through that. I would never want to, book something that I don't feel confident in or something that I don't feel, I can connect to the character because, if you're not happy, if you're not fully feeding your soul doing what you love, then, you're not being true to yourself in the art, So, eventually the right role landed as Sergio, and it was started as 6 episodes and ended up doing 24 just because they loved me on set and the connection was there, and it was amazing. It became like a family instantly. So based off of that, just planting the seeds in this industry, and people will recognize you and will remember you, and thankfully, Mike and Chris have changed my life. They've been there from the beginning and have supported me so much. So they're my little angels.
Nice. And you mentioned auditioning. Do you have any bad auditioning stories?
Oh, man, when I auditioned for the Power Rangers, man, you will not believe it. So the last day was laundry day, okay? And I had these tight blue jeans, and I went commando. I'm not going to lie, all right? But
there we go.
They were so tight. They were skinny, tight jeans, okay? And obviously, Power Rangers, they ask you, do you have any martial arts skills? And, I have a background in boxing and jiu-jitsu, but I'm naturally athletic, so I can do those, little springing up from the floor and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, I did a little combination, whatever, and I threw a roundhouse kick, brothers, that will never be forgotten, man. I kicked up, and I split my drawers, my pants, literally the whole shebang from front to back. And it was the best visual they could have seen for the day. So that was the most embarrassing thing. But, after that, getting the contract, you know what I mean? It was like, wow, this is awesome. So,
we have to hire this guy now.
It's just like, you know what? Yeah, he went all in. So that was definitely an embarrassing moment, but I owned it. I didn't let them see it. I didn't let them see me sweating.
There we go. In your acting career, is there one? What is the worst piece of advice you've ever gotten?
The worst piece of advice I've ever gotten,
Yeah.
as far as in acting, like on set, or like just acting advice in general.
Let's go with advice.
Okay, the worst piece of acting advice. Uh, Go in there and book it.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I mean, one thing that, I love giving. I've probably just blocked out all that bad advice, to be honest with you, man. Like all I can preach for is just literally go in the room and have fun.
Yeah.
One thing that changed, my perspective is the moment that, I realized that I need to go in the room when I have an audition. Like, I have to have fun and not stress over it, not stress over learning the lines, and not beat myself up if I'm going to do good, or if I'm going to learn the lines, or if I'm going to hit whatever, if I'm going to be the person that they want me to be. Just go in there, be yourself, have fun, or else it's not it's not worth it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you can truly say that you did your best, and it doesn't matter whether you booked it or not, because you went in there and you did what you're supposed to do. So, I would give that advice to anybody, is just go in there and do it for yourself, and make it fun. Even if it's not fun, if it doesn't look fun, make it fun. Find a way to make it fun, so that way you will pop and you will stand out and people will recognize that. And that's one thing that I've always tried to do, is I try to find the fun in the scene and make it, like, what am I going to do to, make it interesting, a little bit different, and, obviously respectfully to the, the show, or whatever, you need to do, but how are you going to make it your own? So,
Right.
That's what I would say to somebody.
Nice. And for you, I like asking this question, and there's no right or wrong answer. To you, what is a perfect movie?
The perfect movie.
Or it can be perfect movie, or even the perfect role, either or.
Man, the perfect role. I always think of Requiem for a Dream when I think of that. To be honest with you, I wanna connect to as many people emotionally and physically, and I want to tell a story that people can relate to. And I want to relate to as many people as I can, and and just connect, and just anything that makes people feel not alone, and anything deep, dark, gritty. Just because it's just life is tough, life is hard. Everybody has their battles, and everybody has their journey, and I would love to find a role that would just help me just connect with as many tortured souls out there in this world as I can. So that would be ideal.
Nice. And another question I like to ask is, if you could put yourself into any movie, any role, past, present, which movie would that be?
Oh, man, it would have to be something with Clint Eastwood. Oh, man, I need to work with that man before it's too late. I need to get with it. Anything with Clint Eastwood has my heart. He's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It would be the one, I don't know, I'm having a blank right now, but the one with the kids in Detroit, that was actually shot in Detroit with the Asian kids.
Gran Torino?
Yes, Gran Torino. Oh, man, I was low-key jealous when I saw that. I was like, damn it, why couldn't it be about an Albanian?
you want to be Tao?
But, yeah, what I mean? Why not?
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
It is surprising that Clint Eastwood has had just a really long, really great career, and then you see how old he. I don't know how old he is, and I don't want to put out any rumors.
He's like 90, I think.
Okay,
man.
You said it, not me.
But he's a beast, though.
Exactly.
There's Albanians out there that live to like 112, man. So
it's I've always said
so young.
that he has to have an amazing worth ethic, and if I'm thinking about retiring at 60 and he's still doing it at 90, I was like, forget that.
Yeah, there's just some people like my father that the day that they stop working is the day that they die, man.
Right.
It's what keeps them going. It's what keeps them alive. So, it's beautiful to see that, and it's beautiful to see that he's giving his all, and even the DP of Daytime Divas, he's 78 and he's
Oh.
there every day and happy and healthy, and it's like just the most beautiful thing to see, somebody doing what they love, and it's keeping them alive. You know what I mean? And it keeps me so humble to be on sets like that, to be around people like that, because it's so beautiful. Like it's so much bigger than a show or a job. It's deep. You know what I mean? It's dreams being fulfilled. It's goals being met. It's happiness. It's all love. It's amazing.
There you go.
Yeah.
For the people at home who would like to keep up with the work that you do, where can they do that?
Well, VH1, my show's premiering June 5th, every Monday night at 10 p.m., 9 Central on VH1. And my film, The Recall, is coming out June 2nd, I believe, in AMC Select Theaters in the United States. So everybody can go to therecallmovie.com and check out what theater it's playing. And Daytime Divas is Monday nights, every Monday. And I hope everybody can enjoy it.
There you go. And the Recall has Wesley Snipes in it, right?
Wesley Snipes and my main man, R.J. Mitty from Breaking Bad. He's a really close friend. We became brothers on that set. So it was amazing working with him. It was amazing building these amazing friendships and relationships from these jobs. It's unbelievable.
Nice. Yeah, so everyone go check those projects out. Niko, I had a fun time chatting with you. I try
Thank you, brother.
I try not to geek out too much about Power Rangers because I am I'm like Generation 1, but I'm still very curious.
Hey, me too, man. Me too. So.
Did you see the movie, the reboot?
I did not. Should I?
You gotta go see it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew. I mean, I saw it was like what, $100 million budget. So I assumed they went all out and did it real right. I have to go check it out now. I have to see that, and I have to see Guardians of the Galaxy too, man. I'm slacking right now.
Well, you know what?
I know.
They're good movies to see. So.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, at least I'm not going to be bored. So.
Exactly.
Awesome.
But
Thank you
Niko,
so much, Chris.
yeah, thank you. Anytime you want to come back, just let me know. All right, man.
Absolutely. I really appreciate this.
I do too, and you have a wonderful day, all right?
All right, brother. Take care.